Welcome, seekers of wisdom, to Stoic Psyche Wisdom. Today's journey is not just another self-help talk or motivational pep speech. It is something far greater. It is about reclaiming your mind, your peace, and your sense of control in a world that constantly tries to pull it away from you. We live in an age of endless scrolling, relentless notifications, and constant comparison. Our lives are saturated with distractions, expectations, and noise. And yet, beneath all of this chaos, there is an ancient voice whispering through time, the voice of Stoicism, a philosophy that, despite being born over 2,000 years ago, carries the power to untangle the mess of modern life. Today, I invite you to step away from the chaos for a while and dive into 12 timeless Stoic principles that will show you how to master the art of not overcaring, how to let go of what drags you down, and how to live with strength, clarity, and calm no matter what storms rage around you. This is not about becoming cold or emotionless. No, this is about becoming free from unnecessary burdens, free from external pressures, and free from the chains of constant worry. Because once you learn how to stop wasting energy on what does not matter, you unlock the ability to pour your energy into what does. So, take a deep breath, set aside the distractions for a moment, and let us walk together into the heart of Stoicism, not as history students studying old ideas, but as fellow travelers using timeless wisdom to navigate our modern lives. Principle 1. Control. What is yours, release what is not. Imagine this. It's a rainy Tuesday morning. You've just made yourself the perfect cup of coffee. You reach for it, savoring the warmth against your hands, and then it slips. The cup falls, shattering on the floor, sending coffee everywhere. In that instant, you have two choices. You can curse the day, rage at your clumsiness, or even convince yourself the universe is against you. Or you can pause, breathe, and realize something simple. The spill is not under your control anymore. What is under your control is how you respond. This is the first and most fundamental Stoic principle. Separate what belongs to you from what does not. You cannot control if it rains, but you can control whether you carry an umbrella. You cannot control what others think, but you can control the standards you live by. You cannot control whether your Wi-Fi drops during a crucial call, but you can control your patience and response. Most of our suffering comes not from what actually happens, but from our reaction to it. We amplify small annoyances into catastrophes, and we let circumstances dictate our mood. But the Stoic masters remind us, your peace is yours to protect. Next time life throws a curveball, whether it's a rude driver, a late paycheck, or a plan that falls apart, remind yourself, this is not mine to control. What is mine is how I meet it. That shift in perspective is not weakness, it is power. Principle 2. Embrace the present moment. Our minds are skilled time travelers. They wander into the past, replaying regrets. They rush into the future, rehearsing fears. And in this constant back and forth, we miss the only place life actually happens. Right here, right now. Think about it. How many times have you been physically present in a room but mentally elsewhere? You're at dinner with family but scrolling through your phone. You're walking in nature but replaying yesterday's argument. You're trying to sleep but already worrying about tomorrow's meeting. The Stoic way is not to deny the past or ignore the future, but to stop being enslaved by them. The present moment is the only moment that belongs to you. Practical ways to live this principle. When you eat, truly taste your food instead of rushing. When you listen to someone, give them your full attention instead of rehearsing your reply. When you step outside, feel the wind, notice the sky, be alive here. Life is not something waiting for us in the future. Life is happening now, in every breath, and every moment wasted in distraction or regret is a moment we never get back. The Stoic call is simple but profound. Return to the present. This is your home. Principle 3. Accept change as the law of nature. Life never stays still. The seasons shift. The body ages. Friendships evolve. Careers rise and fall. And yet, what is the instinct of most people? To resist change with everything they have. We cling to what is familiar, even when it no longer serves us. We fear what's ahead, even when it holds opportunities we cannot yet see. But the Stoics remind us, change is not your enemy. It is life itself. Think of the seasons. Winter does not apologize for arriving, and spring does not seek permission to bloom. Nature flows, and everything adjusts. The same is true for us. A breakup, a job loss, a move to a new city. These events are not punishments. They are transformations. The Stoic practice is to stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this asking of me?" When you stop resisting change and begin to flow with it, you stop exhausting yourself in a battle. You can never win. Instead, you find peace, growth, and a strange sense of freedom in life's natural rhythms. Principle 4. Free yourself from external validation. In our modern world, validation has become currency. We measure our worth in likes, follows, and comments. We post not just to share, but to be approved of. And when approval doesn't come, we spiral into doubt. But here's the Stoic truth. Your value does not live in the eyes of others. You are not made worthy because a stranger double-tapped your photo. You are not diminished because someone criticized your work. Your worth is not up for public auction. It lives in your actions, your integrity, and your character. To detach from external validation is to reclaim your freedom. It is to say, "I will not let the opinions of others dictate the state of my soul." This doesn't mean you become arrogant or dismiss all feedback. It means you stop being addicted to approval. You live aligned with your values, and that alignment becomes the only stamp of validation you need. Principle 5. Recognize life's natural cycles. Everything in existence has a rhythm, beginnings and endings, arrivals and departures. Leaves fall, flowers bloom, people enter our lives and eventually leave. Loss is not a defect in the system, it is the system. To live is to lose, and to lose is to live. But loss is not only about grief, it is also about renewal. The tree that sheds its leaves in autumn does not mourn forever. It prepares for spring. When we resist life's cycles, we cling desperately to what is already fading. But when we accept them, we find gratitude. We learn to cherish what we have while it is here, and to let go with grace when it passes. This perspective transforms even pain into wisdom. Each ending is also a beginning, and each goodbye prepares us for a new hello. Principle 6. Find growth in adversity. Adversity is the forge in which character is shaped. When everything goes smoothly, our virtues remain untested. It is only when the storm comes that we discover what we are made of. The Stoics teach us that challenges are not obstacles on the path. They are the path. Every hardship is a teacher. The difficult boss teaches patience. The financial struggle teaches discipline. The betrayal teaches discernment. The heartbreak teaches resilience. Instead of asking, "Why me?" the Stoic asks, "What is this teaching me?" Think of hardship as weightlifting for the soul. Each trial strengthens you, sharpens you, and prepares you for the next. Life is not cruel when it gives you challenges. Life is shaping you into someone who can carry more than you thought possible. Principle 7. Cultivate inner wealth. We live in an age obsessed with possessions. New phones, new cars, bigger houses, designer clothes, and yet never before have people felt so empty. Why? Because possessions are external. True wealth lives within. The Stoic message is clear. Happiness does not depend on how much you own, but on how little you need. A person who has little but desires nothing is richer than the billionaire who constantly craves more. Contentment is the ultimate luxury. Gratitude is the ultimate treasure. To cultivate inner wealth is to prioritize wisdom over wealth, character over currency, peace over possessions. External riches may vanish in a moment, but inner riches, discipline, gratitude, clarity, kindness, cannot be stolen. Principle 8. Accept what is beyond your control. This principle ties back to the first, but takes it deeper. The Stoics remind us, you cannot bend the universe to your will. No matter how much you plan, sometimes things won't unfold the way you imagined. Flights get canceled. Promotions go to someone else. Health takes unexpected turns. But peace comes. Not from controlling outcomes. It comes from aligning yourself with reality. This doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you strive with wisdom. You put forth your best effort, but when the outcome is set, you accept it. Instead of fighting reality, you say, "This is the way it is. How do I move forward with strength?" In acceptance lies liberation. Principle 9. Live in service of others. The Stoics saw humanity as one family. To live only for yourself is to live small. To live for others is to live great. Kindness, generosity, compassion, these are not just nice gestures. They are acts that tie us into the fabric of the universe. When you help another person, you strengthen not only them, but yourself. Hold the door open. Give someone your full attention. Mentor someone struggling. Offer kindness where none is expected. Every act of service plants seeds in the world. Some you may never see bloom, but all contribute to the garden of life. The Stoic asks, am I making the world lighter for others or heavier? Live so that the answer is always lighter. Principle 10. Practice daily reflection. The busyness of life can sweep us away. We move from task to task without stopping to ask, am I living the way I want to live? Daily reflection is the Stoic's anchor. At the end of the day, pause and examine. Where did I lose my temper? Where did I act with integrity? Where can I do better tomorrow? This is not about self-punishment. It is about self-alignment. Just as sailors adjust their sails, you adjust your course. Day by day, small corrections create a lifetime of wisdom. Reflection transforms mistakes into lessons and victories into fuel. Without reflection, we drift. With reflection, we steer. Principle 11. Build emotional resilience. Emotions are not enemies. They are signals, but when they control us, we become slaves to them. Anger leads to regret. Fear leads to paralysis. Anxiety leads to exhaustion. The Stoic practice is not to suppress emotion, but to master it. To feel anger without becoming destructive. To feel fear without becoming paralyzed. To feel sadness without losing hope. Resilience comes from the reminder, I am more than my passing emotions. Just as the sky holds storms without being destroyed, so too can you hold emotions without being ruled by them. Principle 12. Choose tranquility over chaos. In a world that thrives on drama, outrage, and noise, tranquility is a rebellion. Most people chase excitement. More stimulation, more intensity, more noise. But the Stoic sees value in calm. Peace is not boring. Peace is strength. Peace is clarity. When you cultivate tranquility, you make better decisions. You see situations clearly. You conserve your energy for what matters. Tranquility is not found in running away from life, but in meeting life with steady presence. It is built through discipline, acceptance, and perspective. And once you taste it, you realize it is worth more than all the chaos in the world. Reflection and closing. We began this journey by asking a simple question. What would life look like if we stopped wasting energy on what doesn't matter, and instead devoted ourselves fully to what does? Through these 12 Stoic principles, we've uncovered the blueprint to control only what is within our hands and release the rest. To live here, in the present moment, instead of becoming prisoners of the past or hostages of the future. To accept change not as an intruder, but as the natural rhythm of life. To free ourselves from the constant craving for validation and rediscover our worth within. To see loss not as an ending, but as part of life's eternal cycles. To use adversity as a training ground, where every challenge strengthens our soul. To cultivate inner riches, deeper and more lasting than any material possession. To embrace fate with courage, trusting that even the unexpected can be a teacher. To live in service of others, creating meaning not only for ourselves but for those around us. To reflect daily, realign our course, and keep walking in the direction of wisdom. To build emotional resilience, mastering feelings instead of being mastered by them. To choose tranquility over chaos, finding strength in calm rather than in noise. When you step back, what you see is not a philosophy of detachment or coldness. What you see is a philosophy of freedom. Stoicism is not about being unfeeling. It is about feeling deeply but wisely. It is about removing the chains that tie your peace to external forces and rediscovering the steady ground within yourself. A life changed by Stoicism. Imagine, just for a moment, living this way. You wake up, and instead of being consumed by anxiety over tomorrow, you center yourself in the present moment. A colleague insults you, and instead of erupting in anger, you smile, because you know their words don't define you. Your plans fall apart, and instead of spiraling, you adapt. Because you've accepted that change is the heartbeat of life. That is not weakness. That is strength. That is not apathy. That is clarity. That is not detachment. That is freedom. This is the life the Stoics invite us to live. Not a life free of hardship, but a life free of unnecessary suffering. Your next step. Now comes the most important part. Reflection. Not just listening, not just nodding along, but asking yourself, which of these 12 principles do I most need to practice in my life right now? Is it letting go of external validation? Is it learning to accept change? Is it cultivating inner wealth instead of chasing material gain? Or is it simply remembering to pause at the end of each day and reflect? I invite you to share your answer in the comments. Not for me, but for you, and for this community of seekers who are walking this path together. When you share, you help others see themselves in your journey, and when you read their reflections, you realize you are not walking alone. Final words. If this message resonated with you, if even one principle struck a chord, I ask you to take 2 small actions. Subscribe and ring the bell, not for vanity, metrics, but so that this community of wisdom seekers can grow together. Share this video with someone who needs peace, perspective, or strength in their life right now. Because Stoicism was never meant to be hoarded. It was meant to be shared. Life will always bring storms, but with these principles, you carry within you a compass that points not to chaos, but to calm, not to weakness, but to strength, not to despair, but to resilience. So, as we part today, remember this: You do not control the world, but you control your mind. And once you master your mind, you have mastered the art of living. Until our next journey together, keep your fire of a curiosity alive, keep your spirit unshaken, and walk boldly in the wisdom of the Stoics. Cheerio, my friends, and may you carry peace wherever you go.